Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Reality Kingdom, where we talk all things reality TV or whatever. I'm your host, Farrah. I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, Lily. How ya doing?
I'm doing good and I'm ready to drag. Okay.
Drag, child.
Okay. If you came here for informativeness, if you came here for recapping, if you came here, we are here strictly to drag.
To drag the girls. And the girl at hand is Miss
Nicole, the bully.
Miss Loser Cole.
Miss Flop Cole.
Flop Cole.
Nicole out. So honestly, there's a lot of things wrong with Nicole. Like from the start of the game, we realized that she was basically a follower, very much so. Point blank period. You cannot turn it another way. She was a follower. She had a great relationship with Taylor at the beginning, and essentially because everybody else and their mama was making up lies. Here she go. Well, I have to protect my girls against Taylor because if she's gonna be the bully, consistently saying things like, "Oh well." She hasn't done anything to me, but if she's making you guys feel like this, first of all, she's a cop. She's supposed to have investigative research skills, okay? This shows y'all cops have zero to no training because this bitch wasn't. Can't you say bitch? This woman was not. This woman was not able to figure out shit in that house.
And just to be clear, let's just clear it up. The reason we will be dragging the girls is because the girls are draggable. This season is filled with, no shade, disgusting people who are very, very, very bad, rude, and honestly drag worthy. And so what we will be doing is we will be giving them what they
and
need.
If you feel like they don't deserve it, then this isn't the channel for you. I hate to say
this isn't the channel. This isn't the episode. Maybe wait for the recap. I don't know, because right now we will be getting into it very, very nasty like. And a lot of and let's be honest, this is honestly the true reason I made a document. I have a lot of the things that these people were saying. The reason I have this documented is because people have revisionist history. People tend to forget. I don't know if they're choosing to forget or oops, my memory just went away.
But we're going to remind you,
girl.
And we're going to remind you. Okay? So if you think you forgot, well, now you know. Like I was saying, Nicole has been a very terrible person. Just starting from week 1. Even when there was this period of time where it's like, okay, well, maybe she's not that bad. Like, maybe it's okay, around week 2 when she kind of got some power. But it's very clear she let that get to her head. Her, along with her counterpart, Dana, which we will be getting into next week, they're just very, I feel like, insecure people. They want to be in with the cool crowds. A lot of Nicole's action was like, okay, if everyone is feeling this way about Taylor, then I'm going to feel this way about Taylor. Well, Taylor is now a bitch. Taylor is now a whore. Taylor is now, hold
on, wait. Girl, let me get some of the receipts. So, let's set the scene. Nicole, Taylor, and Terrence are outside. Terrence and Nicole are 2 people who Taylor felt like she had a relationship with at this point. They were outside and they're looking at the laundry. Some of the other house guests had some of their shoes out from earlier. And Nicole suggests, she's like, oh, do you think we can take these shoes, move these shoes around for them, like put them in a different place? And Taylor was like, oh, I think they can come get them when they come get them. So Taylor leaves and Nicole says, now you see, this is that damn attitude that gets you kicked out of the house. Attitude. This is after consistent, and Terrence is agreeing. Terrence and her start discussing the fact that Taylor has had this nasty attitude. She's being aggressive, which I like to call the A word when we're talking about a Black woman, that she's being the A word, that she's being a bully. All of these things start coming out just from her saying that maybe the people can move their shoes over. This is just
mind you, this is initiating from basically what other people are telling her, not having a mind of her own, because multiple people are saying one thing, even though she knows herself, she's expressed that Taylor has not done this to me, she does not care. It's that groupthink mentality. And like I said, it really concerns me that she used to be a police officer. We need to open up back her files because I feel like she's definitely locked a lot of people up on some bullshit. Because the way she was walking around here just very much like she's just very intense with her tone. I mean, another situation, kind of the way she just talked and barked at Monty. Like she just gets very, very in her head and just very honestly, what's the word they like to use against Black women?
The A word.
A word.
I don't know. This woman said, let me tell you what she said. In reference to Monty, Daniel couldn't remember Monty's name. Nicole says, we should just call Monty Wesley Snipes since Daniel can't remember his name. What is that implying? You as a police officer, a former police officer. But that's the thing. It really makes sense because ACAB, babe. Like, it honestly makes sense that she has these kind of undertones of very aggressive behavior towards certain categories of people in the house, because all of these examples we're giving were never directed towards a non-person of color, from what I've seen. Whenever she pops off, it's mostly about Taylor, who, now that she's out of the house, she's admitting, oh, well, yeah, I know I did these things, and I know I was wrong, and honestly, even though I've been bashing her for literally 4 weeks, it's been a month.
It's like, it's crazy how the tone switches immediately as you go outside the house. Like, and then it's like, there's no real accountability being taken. It's because she's in an interview and they're questioning her. Shout out to Sharon Tharp and Mike Bloom, because they were questioning the girls down.
Dragon.
Okay. So, and it's like, then you take accountability, but there's no real, like, I want to see a no tap apology. The girls begin. I want a no tap. I want a live. You were that loud about disrespecting her in the house. I want you to keep that same energy outside of the house. All of this, I want to have a talk with her when everything is done. Whoop de whoop de whoop. You should be lucky to be able to breathe the same air when this is done. Okay, because this, like, it's just like, it's the fact that Taylor has been one of the most nicest. She has been the most sweetest, the most gracious women that's like ever graced the BB screen. It's like she is smiling in these women's faces, knowing they're talking shit about her, and they're just pretending like she's the fakest bitch in the world. Because she's literally just being herself. She's minding her business, eating her Lays. And it's like, I think what really just made me feel motivated to want to drag the fuck out of Nicole was the situation where she and her rat, dog, bodyguard, whatever the fuck you want to call Daniel in this situation, attacking Taylor. That's exactly what the fuck that was.
That's what it was. And so this is what happened. Nicole gets sent to the diary room. And the diary room lets Nicole know this is not 1000% confirmed, but it is a little bit confirmed because Nicole kept referencing the diary room. Basically, the diary room let Nicole know that she was bullying Taylor and she needed
keep Taylor's name out your mouth. Grodner came into the room. She said, hey, Nicole, babe. Taylor Hale, the beauty queen.
That one.
Keep her name out your mouth. And Nicole,
the cop,
got very upset. You know, she got very, very bothered. That really shook her because she felt like, oh, well, of course I'm not the bully. Of course I haven't been talking shit about Taylor every single day for the last, 3 fucking weeks. Of course she cannot be talking about me. So instead of taking accountability, trying to learn from her mistakes, she immediately said, well, no, clearly she's the issue. So she comes out of the diary room, runs straight to her room. As we mentioned on the podcast, she has a terminally ill mother at home. So the other house guests felt like, oh my God, if she's crying, of course it has to be because of her terminally ill mother. And like I said last time, she wasn't crying about her mother. She was crying about Mother Taylor. And that's the issue. Taylor brought this woman to tears. The mere thought of the production talking to her about Mother Taylor brought this woman to tears in that room, telling Daniel she's just a bitch. She's the most evil person. I don't care what America thinks. She's evil. They see this, right? They know. Mind you, Taylor is in the living room, non-religious ass, asking Monty to pray for this woman's potential mother who could be going through some things.
But she's mad about Taylor. She's mad about Taylor and what Taylor might have done. Mind you, Taylor ain't even talking to this woman. She just got done talking to the diary room. You don't think the diary room has knowledge that you might not have, so that you should take accountability for what the fuck is going on? So instead of taking accountability, like Lee said, that ugly, nasty witch went into that fucking room and she complained with Daniel and said that she agreed and said herself that Taylor was a part of the reason that Pololo went crazy. Pololo went crazy because Pololo is crazy. Leave that shit out of it. She literally sitting here.
It's so weird because literally all the hate that stems from Taylor, and we're going to talk about it every evicted house guest because every evicted house guest game revolves around who? Taylor. Okay, and literally it stems from them projecting what they feel about themselves, who they are as people, and projecting it on this beautiful, confident Black queen. And it pisses me off because, bitch, if you're insecure, keep that shit to yourself. Okay, don't try and project these insecurities on someone who's confident because you're not. So basically, Taylor, the gracious, generous queen that she is, went into the room and was like, hey, Nicole, at the end of the day, I know we're festies, besties, and obviously we're tethered together because of this twist. However, if you need to quit, if you need to bow out, it's cool. Nicole took it as a threat because as all police officers do, they're threatened by Black people, no shade. So she definitely self-threatened, and she has to make it known. I feel like this was her plea to make America know, oh, it wasn't me, it was Taylor. She's the victim. Look at her. She wants me to quit. She wants me to quit. Girl, delusional.
No one fucking said that. So after she literally twists everything, and this is what's scary, y'all. This woman was a police officer for 9 years or however long. She sat there, heard Taylor say, if you have to, because of your mother who's terminally ill, might have to leave the game, which could cause me to be in an icky position, go ahead and do that. She heard, kill yourself. What? She heard, get out of the game. She heard, oh, that bitch wants me to leave. That's what she said. What is wrong with you?
Went crazy, spread this around the house. Of course, if the girls been following, that's when the leftovers were created. So a lot of the girls in the house wasn't feeling that mess. They were very disgusted by her behavior in this. So essentially, she goes and tells her puppy, Daniel, like the little chihuahua he is, confronted the queen. I don't know why he thought, the gag is Taylor ate him up without even knowing she was in an argument.
On accident.
On accident. With the lace? This guy hates me. Like, just not even know.
Just stop.
And then a 40-year-old man with stained teeth and who is literally
jobless.
Potentially, we need to go into them files because he has a very weird attraction to younger looking people. And
we will get into it.
But we're going to get into it next week.
Because he will be out.
Go off on this woman, because of what Nicole has told him.
A woman,
first of all. And then when Taylor approaches Nicole, like, what's going on? I don't know. That's all on him. Again, with the no taking accountability.
How was that all on him when you came out the diary room crying to him about her, dragging her with him, and then when she comes and she's confused about why he's defending you to her, going off on her, a woman at his big ass, old ass, nasty rat ass age, out of his nasty rat ass mouth, I bet that breath was fucking hot on Taylor's face, and Taylor was getting acidic burns, and she didn't like that shit. So after that, she asked Nicole, dumb ass, she asked, what the fuck was going on? Nicole decided to take herself out of the equation, even though she was the cause and the catalyst of a Black woman getting fucking bullied and yelled at by an old white man, dirty rat ass. What the fuck is wrong with you? Nicole.
It's really F Nicole. And the fact that Nicole talked, like, her inspiration was Derek? BBC Derek?
Mind you, these bitches, Nicole and others, what the fuck is that man name? That rat. Nicole and the rat talking about some, I just can't wait for Hannah and Tiffany to fuck. Hannah and Tiffany ain't fucking with neither. First of all, stop talking about Hannah, rat, because your rat ass.
Why did the two people who bullied the Black woman think that?
Oh, but that two Black women
would want to be cool with you. That's why we're not good at the game. They have been applying. We're going to get into Daniel. But back on Nicole. Nicole, she got backdoored last week. Deservingly so, thinking that she has a chance to stay against Mother. Pooch should have told your ass something, or Mira should have told your ass another thing, and you still didn't listen. And your ass is sitting at home watching Mother make jury, potentially will be in Final 2, and guess what you'll be at? Home. Hate it. I thoroughly enjoy the fact that every time Nicole thinks about Big Brother, she will be reminded who Taylor Hale the fuck is. Every single time she thinks about anything she can think about her own brother, a step brother, her mother's brother. She's gonna think Taylor Hale.
She can think about a big mouse, a big rat, a big cat. Everything's gonna be Taylor
Hale. Her entire experience revolves around Taylor Hale.
She can turn on the television and she's gonna think about Taylor Hale.
Every question she got,
a Black woman.
Every question she got was about Taylor Hale. She's nothing without Mother, period.
Let's clear it up. There's some other things that she has said that have been very nasty. Daniel and Nicole were talking. They said Monty's going to blow up. Nothing that Monty has done up until this day, this was week 2, has indicated that he would blow up. What that is a microaggression against a black man after microaggression against a black woman. She also called Brittany an H word. Now, H word, I'm going to say it once. I'm not even going to say it. Google H word, the fuck, and it might pop up. She called Brittany an H word, indicating that Brittany might be of a bigger size than her or something like that. Nicole, you're big. Anyways, this girl has literally been saying multiple things. Hold on, what else she say? Other than all of the horrible things she said to Taylor, those are just some other examples of the other horrible things she's been calling these other people in the house, which indicates that she is just in general a bad person. Her excuse is, oh, because of Taylor was a house pariah, I just jumped on. That's bad. No, bitch, you've been saying shit about Brittany. You've been saying microaggressions about Monty. There's other people involved that you've also been horrible and trash to. That means you're horrible and trash.
That's why, like, honestly, I said earlier that I want some sort of apology. I do not want an apology at this point. Like, yeah, I'm thinking about, I don't need an apology. Because honestly, whatever she had to say is going to be bullshit. We saw who she really
Apologize to God, girl.
Because we saw who she really is for a full month. We did. It was no. And that's the thing. The feeds have been on. Okay. Usually it's a cut here, a cut here. The feeds have been on. We see exactly who this woman is. And like I said, look back at some of them cases because I know she got some people locked up for no reason at all.
Child, they need to. Shit. Is there anything else you want to say about Miss Nicole?
At the end of the day, we could be here for hours talking about Nicole, but we just wanted to get on here real quick and just drag her up.
Gather her up, snatch her up real quick, snatch!
Because we're not going to let any house guest this season forget the terrible, horrible, disgusting things they have said, and we're going to continue to drag them. We're going to be dragging Daniel next. We hope Jasmine get out after that because we'll be dragging her coon ass.
Indy ass can get out after that. Coon Ritz ass can get out after that. Everybody's getting dragged because no shade. Even when it get down to the leftovers, Monty ass is getting dragged. Joseph ass is getting dragged. He's getting dragged. Kyle, Kyle getting dragged.
We're going to get his ass when he gets out.
Oops. We will be tune in next week when we will be dragging Daniel. Tune in tomorrow when we'll be covering the live feeds. Expect that one to be just a little bit. Actually, we'll be dragging Kyle that one. So if you want to see that potential drag, check out next week tomorrow.
And if you want to see Farrah talk to Queen Mother Tiffany Mitchell, check out the Winner Circle because he sat down with
Mother Tiffany on the Winner Circle podcast. That podcast is already up. Type in the Winner Circle.
By 2 men, Cody and Derek, Daddy Cody and Daddy
Derek and Daddy Cody, period. And you will be seeing me on there. Go ahead and check us out for the challenge, even though y'all whores not be really watching the challenge or whatever. And as that, Nicole, if you see this video, whore,
we don't like you. Stop calling her a whore. We don't like you.
Look, oops, it slipped out. The way it slipped out that Taylor was aggressive. The way it slipped out that Monty was aggressive. The way it slipped out that Brittany is an H word. Girl, get the fuck. We out. You know.